Hey guys, so this is going to be the first video in probably a series of videos about growing citrus plants indoors, as well as sort of a review of the Ygrow 600W equivalent LED grow light. You can buy it on Amazon. I haven't seen any other reviews of it, so I'm going to sort of give it a review. It's a 600W equivalent light, so I think it only actually draws about 125, but I'll get those facts checked out later. Anyway, so this is where I'm going to be growing my plants. It's in a window. It gets a little bit of sunlight. Not too much because we live in a forest. I've got these two extra lights here that were just already there, and I put some Cree 3000 K 150W equivalent lights in here, so that'll add a little bit of extra light to what this guy pumps out. I think I'll be able to grow some pretty good plants here. So let's take a closer look at the lights. Like I said, we got up here two 150W Cree LED equivalents. They're just sort of meant for home use. They are outdoor lights. They're relatively bright, definitely brighter than any just sunlight coming in through this window. And then up here, I've got the Ygrow 600W LED, and it actually only draws, check the paper, right here, I don't know if you can make it out, draws 160 watts plus or minus 5%. So, not too much energy, but it is quite bright. I doubt it's actually as bright as a 600W equivalent, such as metal halides or anything like that, but I think it'll do. I've also got a little bit of sunlight that'll come in through this window. So basically I've just got it hung up on two hooks, and eventually I'm going to route this cable along the walls down here to a light that I got plugged into a timer. So it'll sort of automate, so I don't have to worry about turning the lights on and off every day. But for now, I didn't have the right extension cord, so I've just got it plugged in directly. I'll flip her on, and you can see it's pretty bright. There's not really anything there's no way to tell on video how bright something is, but it lights up the area pretty nicely, especially in addition to these extra lights. So I'm going to put my citrus plants sort of right here under the middle, and then I'll probably have other sort of just house plants on the outskirts to fill things up. Anyway, you probably can't tell, but this light does not have lenses on it. It also doesn't have sort of metallic reflectors. It's got these plastic reflectors. The LEDs are pushed way up into these grooves. If I turn the light off, you might be able to see it. And that sort of limits their spread and focuses it more downwards. But it is just a white plastic. It'll definitely reflect something, but nowhere near as much as sort of metal reflectors or lenses. Some other quick things about the light. It's pretty lightweight. They don't have a weight here on the fact sheet, but the outer casing is plastic. It does have fans. A fan up on the top to pull some air through it, keep the temperatures down. It's a they sell it as a 600W light. The actual power draw is 160 watts, plus or minus 5%, like I said. It's built with 198 3-watt Epi LEDs. Epi LED is a pretty garbo brand of LEDs from what I can tell, from what I've heard previously. It is full spectrum. They claim that the spectrum is from 380 to 740 nanometers, which covers a lot. I believe that dips pretty well into infrared, or not infrared, but UV. And it gets close to infrared. 740 is, I think, right where most people cut off infrared spectrum. It claims a 2.5 by 2.5 core coverage area, which would be sort of this area here, which is pretty big for a light like this. I've got it hung up pretty high, so I don't know if that'll be the case. And max coverage of 3.5 by 3.5 feet, which I would believe in this area it's lighting up pretty well, a pretty large area. Alright, so we're outdoors now, and I'm just going to show you guys briefly what I'm growing outside and what I plan to bring inside. So this big guy here is a peach tree. I started growing it this spring. It was about this tall, and the leaves didn't come much past here, and it sort of exploded to the height it's at now. I haven't pruned it or anything. Some deer have gotten to it, and so that's why it looks like garbage. Also, the winter's coming, so it's starting to do worse and worse, and eventually all the leaves will fall off. So anyway, one of the first things that I want to bring indoors is this hibiscus plant here. It's doing okay. It's still producing flowers, little buds everywhere. A deer came in and got to some of my plants, so some of them don't look the best and some of them are starting to die to cold. This is one of the main things that I'm planning to bring indoors. These are citrus trees. This one here is a mandarin orange, and this here is a Washington navel. So we'll see how those do indoors, and this is the main reason I'm trying to grow stuff indoors, because these guys can't handle the winter. Over here I got some pepper plants. These are just grown from seed. They're I haven't taken care of them. I just sort of threw them into this fabric pot and let them do what they want. We got one good pepper here growing, as well as a couple little guys. These are all bell peppers for the most part. I don't know what color, but I think they're going to be green, just because this one hasn't put on any color yet. We got this guy here. I forgot the name. It was really pretty, and now it looks like garbage. This is the nicest citrus tree I've got. It's I've only had it for 6 months now, but it's doing really good. It's put on some new growth, and this is a kaffir lime tree, and I like this one just because I use the leaves in cooking. Thai food uses kaffir lime, and it adds a pretty cool flavor, and the leaves are really fragrant. Over here, some more peppers. These didn't turn out too hot because the deer got to them, as you can see. These were ghost peppers and Carolina Reapers, and I won't get to use any probably because these look like trash, but I might try and bring it indoors and see how that does. This other stuff here is mostly just ornamental stuff that normally goes on the porch, but we repainted the porch, so we had to bring all the plants down. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys what I'm dealing with outside, and a big reason why I'm trying to grow things inside. It's mostly because the majority of the land here is not usable for any sort of growing. We live in a forest on a mountain, and so you'd have to clear all these trees to get any sunlight down here. Most of the stuff that's growing on the floor are just ferns and baby trees, essentially, and there's also deer everywhere, so they'll eat anything you plant that isn't protected. Also, we're in Oregon, in the Willamette Valley, and in the fall and winter it's very rainy, very cloudy. So in addition to not having great sight lines to the sun, it's cloudy most of the time, so another big reason for growing indoors. So pretty much it. I'm going to be transferring these two into different pots, and I'm going to get trays for all of these because right now this this cushioning would get absolutely soaked and destroyed if I watered anything. So I'm going to get that set up, and these guys will be nice and cozy. I've got them going light from 7:30 to 9:30. I mostly have it going a little long because I want to be able to see the plants when I'm at home. So it's another reason I went with the white LEDs rather than the really ugly sort of red-blue. Also, I think the plants do better under white light, so there we go. I'll come back in a week or so maybe and give an update on how things seem to be doing. Peace.